Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to start a new chapter for JEE, which is semiconductors from the subject physics of standard FIJC science. And today we'll do the complete revision of the chapter which we have seen for the 11th standard. Yeah, so we have types of electrical conductors. Okay, so like we have a conductors, we have insulators, and we have a semiconductors. Okay, so नाम में ही पूरा लिखा हुआ है conductors are nothing but the best example of conductor is nothing but the metal, okay, which has large number of electrons, because of which the current will be easily flown by these conductors, right? Then insulators are completely opposite to conductors, which does not flow any kind of current because there is no free electrons. Then the last will be the semiconductors, which has a moderate level of electrons based on some conditions, right? So those we call it as a semiconductor. So at certain condition, it will act like a insulator, and at certain condition, it will act like a conductor. So that's why we call them as a semiconductors. Okay. So by having the conductivity, I can say the uh, amount, you can see here the materials are given like this, like silver, copper, aluminum, gold, nichrome, platinum, germanium, silicon, then air, glass, teflon, right? According to their conductivity, you can see here. Now the effect of temperature effect on conductivity of metal and semiconductors, right? So for temperature effect for this metal, you can see here, the moment temperature is started increasing, the conductivity will start decreasing. So in case of metal, in case of conductor, this behavior is there when the temperature is going to be increased. But for the semiconductor, it is something different. When the temperature of semiconductor increases, the electrical conductivity is also increases, which is exactly opposite. But after some point of time, it will be constant. Okay. So this is something I can say a different behavior of temperature in terms of metal and in terms of semiconductors. Then we have a three types of semiconductor again in between. Okay, so first is elemental semiconductors, which is a very general semiconductor like silicon and germanium. Then we have a compound semiconductors like cadmium sulfide, zinc sulfide, and organic, which is created by the humans like anthracene, then dope, halocynin, and then poly poly polyalin. Okay, so these are the organic semiconductors. The elemental semiconductor and the compound semiconductors are widely used in electronic industry. The discovery of organic semiconductor is relatively new, and they find lesser application, right? So this is nothing but what I can say. It is latest what our scientists have found, which is organic semiconductors. And this is where the actual, from the nature, the silicon and germanium are used to carry the semiconductor properties. Now this is how it look like. Its number in the periodic table is 14, and for this germanium it is 32. Okay, the best important property of this, both of the I can say the atoms are nothing but they have 4 valence shell. Okay, electron in their outermost shell. Okay, 4 valence electron in their outermost shell. Okay, so they can accept 4 electrons, they can donate 4 electrons. So this kind of a specific property of this semiconductors. Semiconductor are from fourth group of element in the periodic table. They have a valency of 4. The atoms are bonded by covalent bond. The absolute zero temperature, all the covalent bonds are completely satisfied in the single crystal of pure silicon and germanium. So absolute zero temperature means 0 Kelvin. Okay, always remember, absolute zero temperature is nothing but the 0 Kelvin. It means minus 273 degrees Celsius. Okay, there is nothing like minus 1 Kelvin, minus 2 Kelvin. The 0 Kelvin is the absolute temperature. Okay, so at this point of time, my given silicon is behave like a pure semiconductor. Okay, because all the covalent bonds are completely satisfied. Okay, all the silicon atoms are fused with each other and form a complete crystal, because every silicon needs a 4 valency. Okay, so they try to merge with themselves, and they will try to create a pure silicon and germanium crystal. Okay, so that is happening at 0 temperature. Now there are some energy levels. Okay, so the electronic configuration of sodium is nothing but like this. So they have given the energy levels. So the energy level which is very close to nucleus, it is very difficult to, I can say, move it from the एटम. ओके, मतलब ये एक और ये दो, ये दोनों को ये पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट से मूव करना या बाहर लेके आना, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. वी नीड अ वेरी ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी टू pull these two electron which are very close to nucleus. But the electron which is having some good distance from its nucleus, it is very easy to bring them from this particular shell to any other conductive shell, right? So it is very easy for them. So that's why they have given here. So 1s, 2s, 2p, and 3s. So 3s is something which is above. Okay. So the more you go away from the nucleus, it is very easy to uh, pull out them from a given atom. Okay. So that they will be constitute for a conduction. Now energy band, as I told you. So first band completely filled, second band completely filled, 2p band completely filled, and the last 3s band was half filled, right? So in case of sodium, so यहाँ पे आपने देखा होगा कि 1s में हमेशा दो होते हैं, देन 2s एंड 2p, ये दोनों का मिलके मेरा 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हो गए, और ये 3s एक्चुअली s स्क्वायर होना चाहिए था, s2 होना चाहिए था, बट there is only as of now 1 electron, right? So that's why they are saying in 3s band it is half filled. The separation between the sub level is so small, the energy levels appear almost continuous. The continuous energy level is called as the energy band. So these are the energy band. The sodium atom, the topmost occupied energy level is 3s level. The, the level is called as a valence level, or corresponding energy band is called as a valence band. So this is the valence band, which is at the outermost side. Okay, so उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं valence shell, और वो particular energy level को हम बोलेंगे valence energy, sorry, valence band. Then the immediately next energy level, okay, that electron from valence band can occupy is nothing but the conduction level. The band formed by the conduction level is called as the conduction band. Okay, so after immediately this valence band, if we are providing some extra energy to my electron, so they will move to a conduction band. So all these bands are actually not the real bands. Okay, so these are the imaginary bands which are created by the scientists, so that we will be able to understand कि when we are giving some kind of energy to my given electron, so वो particular conduction band में जाके it is actually ready for the or constitute himself or itself for the conduction, right? So that's why the conduction band is, again, it's an imaginary bands, whatever they are saying, like a valence band, conduction band and all, right? But सबसे पहले valence band रहेगा. So valence band में वो सारे electrons रहेंगे जो valence shell में available होंगे. But जैसे मैंने उनको थोड़ा सा energy दे दिया, so they are ready to move from, मतलब they are ready to contribute for the electric current, so that in that case, or they are ready to move for the conduction. So in that case, their energy will be now captured in the conduction band, like that. Now you can see here the energy gap or band gap. Okay, so इसमें क्या होता है, basically this is the insulator, this is the semiconductor, and this is the conductor. Okay, so you can see in the conductor, the valence and conduction band, there is no energy gap basically in between. Okay, the moment you will give a small amount of potential difference between two end of the conductor, so the current immediately will start flowing through it. Okay, so actually the band gap is nothing but the distance between the valence band and conduction band. इनके बीच में जो energy का gap होता है, so that actually we called it as a energy gap, because the moment the electron is present over here, in order to push this particular electron to conduction band, मुझे ये particular electron को थोड़ा सा energy बाहर से supply करना पड़ेगा. Okay, so कितना energy supply करने के बाद ये immediately conduction band में जाएगा, so that energy we called it as an energy gap, because there is a gap in between. Okay, if there is no gap, it means all the valence electrons are ready for the conduction itself. Okay, there is no need of external energy that we need to give. In case of semiconductor, we need to give some kind of extra energy so that they will move from valence band to conduction band. Okay, so in case of silicon and germanium, हमें थोड़ा सा energy देना पड़ता है. After that only they will act like a conductor. Before that they will act like an insulator. And in case of this insulator, the band energy gap is very high. So कितना भी यहाँ पे हम उसको positive charge या source दे दे, your electron will never move to this conduction band. Okay, because its energy, they are very close to their what I can say nucleus, or they are satisfied completely, so they will not contribute or they will not move to this conduction band, right? So in that case the energy band gap is very high in case of insulator. That's why there is no easy current flow through the insulator. In case of semiconductor, after some point of threshold value, yes, the conduction will start. And in case of conductor, whenever you provide the potential difference, the conduction will start, because there is no energy gap in between, or they are overlap with each other. In case of semiconductor, some gap is there, and insulator में बहुत ज़्यादा gap है. Now there are two types of semiconductor. First is the intrinsic type of semiconductor, and second is the extrinsic type of semiconductor. Intrinsic type of semiconductors are those conductors which are naturally occurred. Okay, जिसमें हम कोई मैनुअल प्रोसेस या ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन नहीं है, उसको हम बोलेंगे इंट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर, जो नेचुरली जो अडॉप्ट हुआ है वो. A pure semiconductor such as pure silicon or pure germanium is called as an intrinsic semiconductor. Okay, the silicon is having the atomic number 14, and this particular germanium is having the atomic number 32. Their electronic configuration is given like this. Its valence is 4. Okay, so इसका जो valence band है उसमें क्या है, its valence is nothing but the 4. मतलब it required 4 electrons to satisfy a given nucleus, given an atom. Okay, so you can see here, so covalent bond, this is a covalent bond. So already 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So outermost shell में हमेशा 8 electrons होते हैं. So that's why silicon is having covalent bond with its same silicon bonds, silicon atoms. So they are forming the covalent bond in between them, and that's why they are making a pure silicon or pure germanium atom. Okay, so ये जो भी बनेंगे वो एक pure covalent bond से बनेंगे. Okay, so इसके पास भी एक इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए, इसको भी एक इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए. So both will share the electron, and that's how they will create their valence. So एक सिलिकॉन के पास 4 वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन है और दूसरे सिलिकॉन के पास 4 वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन है, तो वो अपना आउटरमोस्ट शेल एक दूसरे को कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, and they will completely make 8 electron in their outermost shell. So this is how they contribute. Now vacancy creation in the valence band. So how the vacancy creation is getting created? So simple. These vacancies of electron in the valence band are called as a holes. So जब भी एक इलेक्ट्रॉन अगर वैलेंस बैंड से कंडक्शन बैंड में जाता है, तो यहाँ पे वो जैसे यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा एक इलेक्ट्रॉन कम हो गया, मतलब उसका नेगेटिविटी कम हो गया, सो इनडायरेक्टली देयर विल बी सम पॉजिटिव चार्ज इज स्टार्ट गेटिंग क्रिएटेड, और वही पॉजिटिव चार्ज को हम बोलते हैं होल्स. ओके, सो जैसे इलेक्ट्रॉन ये पॉइंट से ये पॉइंट पे चले गए, फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स यहाँ पे चले गए, सो वैलेंस बैंड में होल्स will start getting created. Okay, so these holes are the absence of electrons in the valence band, and they carry effective positive charge. So we called it as a holes. So for an intrinsic semiconductor, the number of holes per unit volume, okay, the number of density NH, the number of free electron per unit volume, okay, the number of density Ne is the same. इसका मतलब in case of intrinsic, only in case of intrinsic, number of holes present in the valence band will be equal to number of electron present in the conduction band, because जो भी electrons यहाँ से move होके conduction में जा रहे, उतने ही number of electrons holes यहाँ पे create हो जाएंगे. So this is one of the characteristics of my intrinsic semiconductor. Okay, now current through intrinsic semiconductor, how it works? बहुत simple है. There are two different types of charges carriers in the semiconductor. One is the electron and another is the hole or absence of electron. इसका मतलब क्या? इट्स वेरी सिंपल कि एक तो इलेक्ट्रॉन चार्ज करेगा, मूव करेगा, एंड सेकंड विल बी द होल्स विल बी मूविंग. द करंट थ्रू द सेमीकंडक्टर इज कैरिड आउट बाय टू टाइप्स ऑफ चार्जेस मूव इन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन. मतलब यहाँ पे ये ब्लू वाले सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है और यहाँ पे जो रेड वाले हैं वो सारे होल्स है. सो द मोमेंट इट इज स्टार्टेड, so I can see here. So I can see here simply the holes are moving from this point to this point. So holes are moving from right hand side and electrons are moving in the left hand side. Okay. So जब भी ये होल देखो एक्चुअल में होल्स मूव नहीं होते. जब ये दो इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पे सेटिस्फाई हो जाएंगे, जैसे ये इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ से हट के यहाँ पे जाएगा, वैसे वो यहाँ पे होल क्रिएट करेगा और यहाँ पे वो इलेक्ट्रॉन क्रिएट करेगा. ओके. सो इसका मतलब ये होल इनडायरेक्टली यहाँ से यहाँ शिफ्ट हो गया. सो दैट्स हाउ दे आर मूविंग इन द राइट हैंड साइड, बट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर एक्चुअली मूविंग फ्रॉम लेफ्ट हैंड साइड टू राइट हैंड साइड टू लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐसे मूव कर रहे हैं और होल्स ऐसे मूव कर रहे हैं. Okay, and because of that there are two types of current, hole current and electron current are coming into the picture. Now let's talk about the extrinsic type of semiconductor. Now what in the extrinsic type? It's very simple. Whenever we are using external impurities to make my semiconductor more strong, so in that case we will get in extrinsic type of semiconductor. Okay, ये जो process है जिसमें हम impurities add करते हैं intrinsic type of semiconductor में, उसको हम बोलेंगे doping process. Okay, and extrinsic semiconductors are those in which semiconductors with impurity called as a dope semiconductor or extrinsic semiconductor. और ये doping process में जो impurities add करते हैं उसको हम बोलेंगे dopant. Okay, so impurity is called as a dopant and host is nothing but the parent atom is called as the host, like silicon, germanium, उनको हम host बोलेंगे. Okay, dopant is nothing but जो impurity हम add करेंगे. So there are only two types of impurity. We have pentavalent impurity and trivalent impurity. Okay, so आप सोच रहे हो कि extrinsic में convert करने की जरूरत क्या है? देखो, there are some disadvantages are given by the intrinsic type of semiconductor. Like intrinsic type of semiconductor में जो current होता है वो बहुत कम होता है. Okay, sometimes it is not useful for daily life application to trigger something. So that's why वो particular चीज को overcome करने के लिए I need to add some impurities so that उसका overall current थोड़ा बढ़ जाए, right? So that's why हमें extrinsic semiconductors ज़्यादा useful होते हैं. Sometime in intrinsic semiconductor due to some temperature change, क्या होता है, current बहुत छोटा सा होता है जो change करना start कर देता है, right? And because of that also sometime what happened कि हमें false trigger या false alarm मिल जाता है. So that is the some disadvantage of intrinsic type of semiconductor, और इसको ही मुझे अगर overcome करना है, so I need to use this extrinsic type of semiconductors. Okay, so in extrinsic type of semiconductors में मुझे दो types की impurities है. First is pentavalent and another one is trivalent. Pentavalent में 5 इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे, trivalent में 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होंगे. तो जब मैं पेंटावेलेंट यूज करूंगा तब मैं एक इलेक्ट्रॉन ज्यादा रखूंगा, जब मैं ट्राइवेलेंट यूज करूंगा तब मैं एक इलेक्ट्रॉन कम रखूंगा, मतलब एक होल ज्यादा रखूंगा. ओके, सो बेस्ड ऑन दिस देयर विल बी टू टाइप्स ऑफ सेमीकंडक्टर्स, एन टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर, पी टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर. सो एन टाइप कैसे प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है? जब हम पेंटावेलेंट इम्प्योरिटी को ऐड करते हैं तब पी एन टाइप प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है. और जब हम पी टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर कैसे प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है? जब हम ट्राइवेलेंट इम्प्योरिटीज को प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. पी मतलब पॉजिटिव, एन मतलब नेगेटिव. ओके, तो मतलब ऐसी इम्प्योरिटी जो ऐड करने के बाद सबसे ज्यादा नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दे, तो वो टाइप में मैं उसको एन टाइप बोलूंगा. और ऐसी इम्प्योरिटी जो सबसे ज्यादा होल्स या पॉजिटिव चार्जेस दे, तो उसको मैं बोलूंगा पी टाइप. Okay, so in this particular case there are some example like phosphorus, arsenic, antimony are type of pentavalent impurity, and some trivalent impurity like boron, aluminium and indium are trivalent impurities which gives extra holes. Okay, so n type में देखो यहाँ पे क्या दिख रहा है, जैसे ही ये Sb मतलब एंटीमनी, एंटीमनी जैसे ही अपने 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स Si के साथ, मतलब सिलिकॉन के 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के साथ, एटम्स के साथ अगर उसने मर्ज कर दिया, तो एक हमेशा क्या रहेगा, बाकी रहेगा. एंड दैट एक्चुअली द फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन इज एक्चुअली प्रेजेंट इन द कंडक्शन बैंड. ओके, सो इसका मतलब इनडायरेक्टली क्या हो रहा है कि जितने भी मेरे सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स थे वो सारे तो सेटिस्फाई हो ही रहे हैं, उसके साथ एक एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स भी क्या हो रहा है मेरा पिक्चर में आ रहा है। तो जितना नंबर ऑफ पेंटावेलेंट इम्प्योरिटी में ऐड करूंगा, बिकॉज वन एटम इज गिविंग वन एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन, सो द नंबर ऑफ एटम्स विल बी इक्वल टू नंबर ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स। सो अगर मुझे एन टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर को थोड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना है तो उतना ही मुझे ज्यादा लेवल ऑफ इम्प्योरिटीज ऐड करना पड़ेगा। सिमिलरली फॉर बोरॉन, बोरॉन में एक इलेक्ट्रॉन कम होता है, सो दिस इज द एक्सेप्टर इम्प्योरिटी क्रिएट अ होल। सो इन दैट केस यहाँ पे एक होल क्रिएट हो गया, सो दिस होल इज ऑलरेडी देयर इन द कंडक्शन बैंड। Okay, so one atom is constitute one, I can say, the whole. So therefore for n number of borons there will be n number of holes will be created, and those holes are always ready for the conduction. So n type semiconductor is specific to make this particular electron free even at a room temperature. Very small energy is required, which is 0.01 electron volt for G and 0.05 electron volt for Si. Every pentavalent dopant atom donate one electron for conduction. It is called as a donor impurity. Okay, so this is the donor impurity. Electrons are the majority carriers and holes are the minority carriers. Okay, so here now there is a differentiate between or distinguish between the carriers, majority carriers, minority carriers. Okay, majority मतलब यहाँ पे electrons ज्यादा है because हर एक impurity एक extra electron दे रहा है, so number of electrons are more in case of pentavalent impurities. So therefore, majority is electron and minorities are holes. Okay, so the some features of n type of semiconductor, the donor atom lose one electron, become R positively charged ions. The number of free electron is very small as compared to the number of holes, which is Ne is greater than Nh. When energy is supplied externally, negatively charged electrons, free electrons, and the positively charged holes are available for the conduction. Okay, so majority and minority. So here it will be a minority. So both will be available for the conduction. Now p-type semiconductor. By adding trivalent impurities such as boron, aluminum, or indium, the dopant trivalent atom has one valence electron less than one silicon atom. Therefore, each donor atom can accept an electron. It is called as the acceptor impurity. So इसको हम बोलेंगे acceptor impurity. Holes in this case are majority and electrons are minority. So here it is written in a different way. So holes are majority and electrons are minority. Okay, here it is written correct. So holes are majority, electrons are minority. Okay, so in this case the extra energy level will come over here. So these holes are already available for the conduction. Again the feature, the acceptor atom acquire electron and become negatively charged ion. Number of holes is very large as compared to number of free electrons. Holes are majority carriers. When energy is supplied externally, positively charged holes and negatively charged free electrons are available for the conduction. Now PN junction. अभी मेरे पास एक N टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर था, मेरे पास एक P टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर था. What if अगर मैंने दोनों को ज्वाइन कर दिया तो जैसे मैं वो दोनों को ज्वाइन करता हूँ मुझे PN जंक्शन मिलता है. PN जंक्शन मतलब अ प्लेस where this particular PN N type semiconductor get fused. ओके, जहाँ पे ये दोनों मिलते हैं वहाँ पे क्या रिएक्शन होता है, बिकॉज इसको चाहिए होल्स और इसको चाहिए इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, तो जब ये एक दूसरे को टच करते हैं तभी उनके बीच में क्या होता है, दैट इज नथिंग बट द पीएन जंक्शन. सो व्हाट इज द डिफ्यूजन, द ट्रांसफर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड होल्स अक्रॉस द पीएन जंक्शन, we called it as a diffusion. So this is how the diffusion is happening, because in n type there is a scarcity of, मतलब there is a requirement of holes, and p type there is a requirement of electrons. So, जब ये एक दूसरे को merge करते हैं तभी actual में क्या होता है, there is a diffusion is happening and holes will start moving towards this p type and holes will start moving towards this n type and electrons will start moving towards this p type. And that's why when they form or when they merge, when they satisfy each other, तो वो दोनों के बीच में एक बैरियर बना देते हैं जिसको हम बोलते हैं डिप्लीशन रीजन. Okay, so this is called as a depletion region. When this electron will get merged into my holes, so it will create a depletion region. Okay, सो दिस पर्टिकुलर डिप्लीशन रीजन हम लोग उसको ये भी बोलते हैं पोटेंशियल बैरियर. ओके, बिकॉज दीज इवेंचुअली आर फॉर्मिंग एन एटम और आयंस. ओके, बिकॉज यहाँ पे सारे होल्स थे, इसमें एक इलेक्ट्रॉन आ गया तो ऑब्वियसली इसका नेगेटिव चार्ज बढ़ गया एंड इट विल बिकम आयंस. सो ये नेगेटिवली चार्ज आयंस हो गए, ये पॉजिटिवली चार्ज आयन होगा, एंड आयंस आर नथिंग बट माय एटम्स ओनली, राइट. सो दैट्स व्हाई यहाँ पे एक बैरियर बन गया. मतलब बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर डिप्लीशन रीजन और पोटेंशियल बैरियर, उसको नाम क्यों दिया है बैरियर, बिकॉज जैसे ही ये एक बैरियर बना देता है सो वो स्टॉप कर देता है फर्दर डिफ्यूजन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इनटू होल्स. ओके, इसका मतलब ये ज्यादा जो डिफ्यूजन हो रहा है एक पॉइंट के बाद, जैसे ये पोटेंशियल बैरियर बन गया, they will not allow this electron to go and further merge into the holes. Okay, so जैसे ही मुझे ये पर्टिकुलर बैरियर तो बन गया, अभी मुझे इसको वापस नाउ एज ऑफ नाउ अगर मैंने इसको पॉजिटिव यहाँ पे नेगेटिव लगा दिया, सो ऑब्वियसली इट विल एक्ट एज अ नॉर्मल कंडक्टर. व्हाई? बट कंडक्टर कभी एक्ट करेगा जब ये एक सर्टन पोटेंशियल बैरियर को ओवरकम करेगा, तभी ये क्या करेगा, उसको एज अ कंडक्टर एक्ट करेगा. ओके, सो दैट्स उन्होंने क्या दिया है, पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अक्रॉस द जंक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज द पोटेंशियल बैरियर. तो जैसे उसने यहाँ पे आयंस बना दिए, वैसे ही उसने एक इंटरनली पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस भी बना दिया, राइट. सो जब ये पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस कम कम करके जीरो हो जाएगा, देन द एक्चुअल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल फ्लो फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट और दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट, तभी मेरा करंट फ्लो होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. बट एट नॉर्मल I can say condition, this entire setup is act as an insulator because they are not allowing any electrons to pass from this point to this point. Okay, so they are saying that for silicon it is almost around 0.6 to 0.7 volt, and for germanium it is 0.3 to 0.35 volt. मतलब अगर ये पर्टिकुलर डिप्लीशन रीजन मुझे ब्रेक करना है तो मुझे एक्सटर्नली इतना वोल्ट देना होगा. सिमिलरली जर्मेनियम को 0.3 या 0.35 इतना वोल्ट देना होगा. Okay, so this is nothing but my basically a minimum, I can say, potential which I need to give. This potential barrier always exists even if the device is not connected to any external source. मतलब अभी मैंने यहाँ पे डिवाइस नहीं कनेक्ट किया है, but still this potential barrier will always exist. It prevents the continuous diffusion of carriers, as I told. So depletion region mean what? This region across the PN junction where there are no charges is called as a depletion region or the depletion region. Okay, so ये पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट पे ये पर्टिकुलर रीजन में देयर इज नो फ्री चार्ज, इसलिए हम उसको बोलेंगे डिप्लीशन रीजन. नाउ देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ बायसिंग द पीएन जंक्शन. ओके, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय बायसिंग? बायसिंग मतलब एक पॉइंट पे उसको पॉजिटिव लगाना, दूसरे एंड पे उसको नेगेटिव लगाना, एट द सेम टाइम रिवर्स करके मुझे एक साइड में उसको नेगेटिव, एक साइड में उसको पॉजिटिव लगाना है. तो दोनों का इफेक्ट क्या मिलेगा ये मुझे फाइंड आउट करना है, उसको हम बोलेंगे फॉरवर्ड एंड रिवर्स बायस. Okay, as a result of potential barrier across the depletion region, the charges carries some extra energy to overcome the barriers. Okay, so a suitable voltage is needed to apply the junction externally so that these charges carries can overcome the potential barrier and move across the junction. मतलब ये पर्टिकुलर डिप्लीशन रीजन को अगर मुझे ओवरकम करना है तो मुझे एक्सटर्नली कुछ वोल्टेज लगाना होगा, और वो वोल्टेज जब भी ये डिप्लीशन रीजन से ज्यादा हो जाएगा तभी मेरे ये फर्दर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ये पॉइंट से ये पॉइंट जाना स्टार्ट कर देंगे और मेरे कंडक्टर में करंट फ्लो होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. ओके, सो इनको कनेक्ट करने का तरीका है जैसे फॉरवर्ड बायस और रिवर्स बायस. फॉरवर्ड बायस एक ऐसा सेटअप है जहाँ पे पीएन जंक्शन इज कनेक्टेड विद एन एक्सटर्नल इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्किट वेयर पी रीजन इज कनेक्टेड टू पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल एंड एन रीजन इज कनेक्टेड टू नेगेटिव टर्मिनल. ओके, अगेन मैं बता रहा हूँ, when p region is connected to positive terminal and n region is connected to negative terminal, मतलब मेरे जो pn जंक्शन है उसका पॉजिटिव पार्ट में p जंक्शन को लगा रहा हूँ और उसका नेगेटिव पार्ट में n जंक्शन को लगा रहा हूँ. मतलब यहाँ पे मुझे दिख रहा है कि जैसे ही मैंने पॉजिटिव इनपुट देना स्टार्ट कर दिया, ऑब्वियसली व्हाट विल हैपन, द p because of repulsion they will try to push the depletion region more thinner और फाइनली जाके वो डिप्लीशन रीजन गायब हो जाएगा. ओके, एंड इन रिवर्स बायस मैं पी रीजन को कनेक्ट करूंगा नेगेटिव टर्मिनल एंड एन रीजन को कनेक्ट करूंगा पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट क्या होगा, वो पर्टिकुलर डिप्लीशन रीजन और बढ़ेगा. ओके, इंस्टेड ऑफ क्लोजिंग इट दे विल स्टार्ट इंक्रीजिंग द डिप्लीशन रीजन. देखो, दिस इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल. यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव है, यहाँ पे नेगेटिव है, तो यहाँ पे मैंने पॉजिटिव लगा दिया, तो दिस होल्स विल गेट रिपेल बाय दिस पॉजिटिव चार्ज। जितना ज्यादा मैं चार्ज बढ़ाऊंगा उतना यहाँ से रिपल्शन बढ़ेगा, एंड दे विल ट्राई टू यू नो I can say close this or destroy this particular barrier, and they will try to move from here to here. Similarly, electron यहाँ से negative से क्या करना start कर देंगे, repel करना start करेंगे, and they will try to destroy this particular depletion region. They will try to move towards this. And because of क्या होगा, एक certain voltage के बाद, जैसे सिलिकॉन के लिए 0.7 दिया था एंड जर्मेनियम के लिए 0.35 दिया था, तो ये पर्टिकुलर वोल्टेज के ऊपर अगर मैंने वोल्टेज लगा दिया तो ये डिप्लीशन रीजन पूरा गायब हो जाता है। ओके, एंड दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन विल स्टार्ट मूव नॉर्मल फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर, सो इट विल एक्ट एज अ कंडक्टर, सिंपल। एंड रिवर्स बायस में क्या होता है, मैंने यहाँ पे नेगेटिव लगा दिया है, मैंने यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव लगा दिया है, सो दिस होल विल स्टार्ट अट्रैक्टिंग टुवर्ड्स दिस नेगेटिव टर्मिनल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉन विल स्टार्ट अट्रैक्ट टुवर्ड्स दिस पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल। सो इनडायरेक्टली ये जो डिप्लीशन रीजन है वो क्या हो रहा है, बढ़ते जा रहा है। ओके, so there will not be any current. Okay, first thing, there will not be any current in the external circuit because ये electrons यहाँ पे holes यहाँ पे flow कर रहे हैं और ये electrons यहाँ पे flow कर रहे हैं, there is no complete circuit is happening, so that's why यहाँ पे कभी भी current flow नहीं होगा। Then depletion region in between is started getting increases. So this is the reverse bias structure, this is the forward bias structure. Then a PN junction diode. Again, diode is nothing but one kind of device, okay, which is used to block the current or allow the current, which is act as a switch. So the PN junction, when provided with a metallic conductor, no connector to each side, is called as a junction diode or PN junction diode. Diode is a device with two electrode and also called as a dielectrodes. The arrow indicates that the direction of the convention current. The P side is called the anode and the N side is called as the cathode of the diode. Okay, so this is called as the anode and this is called as a cathode. So ये मेरा anode है जहाँ पे और ये मेरा जो single line है वो मेरा है cathode. Now अगर मैंने इसका एक ग्राफ निकाला, okay, so when I am giving the positive charge, the forward bias after 0.7 or after 0.3, it will act as a normal conductor because it will start flowing. At this point, the depletion region will get breakdown and the current will start flow. At this point of time in a reverse bias, क्या होता है, एक certain voltage like 150 volt, 120 volt, एक point ऐसा आ जाता है जहाँ पे maximum depletion region बहुत बढ़ता है and at some point of time it will get break. और जैसे वो ब्रेक हो जाता है तो मेरा पर्टिकुलर डायोड क्या हो जाता है, आई कैन से माय पर्टिकुलर डायोड विल गेट, उसका जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है वो मतलब डिमोलिश हो जाता है एंड इट विल नॉर्मली एक्ट एज अ कंडक्टर नाउ। ओके, सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द रिवर्स ब्रेकडाउन वोल्टेज। एट दिस पॉइंट देयर विल बी कंप्लीट स्ट्रक्चर जो है डायोड का वो ब्रेक हो जाता है एंड एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम माय नॉर्मल डायोड विल एक्ट एज अ कंडक्टर। ओके, now forward bias characteristics you can see here, simply positive is end connected to the P region, negative end is connected to the N region. The moment you will start increasing the voltage at 0.7, it will start, this depletion region will get breakdown and the electron will start now moving from this point to this point. So whenever there is a complete circuit happened, so obviously क्या हो जाता है, current will start flowing in the circuit. Similarly for the reverse bias, जैसे ही पॉजिटिव okay, so in reverse bias voltage actually they have given this has to be a positive and this has to be a negative. Okay, so यहाँ पे negative आएगा और यहाँ पे positive आएगा. Okay, so this positive will start attracting this N region and this positive will start attracting this P region. Okay, so जैसे ही ये N यहाँ पे नेगेटिव टर्मिनल अगर मेरे P को अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल मेरे N को अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, so इनका जो डिप्लीशन रीजन है दैट विल स्टार्ट इंक्रीज, और एक पॉइंट ऐसा आएगा जो इंक्रीज होके यहाँ तक आ जाएगा. ओके, दिस पर्टिकुलर एंटायर रीजन विल गेट इंक्रीज एंड इट विल कम टिल दिस. आफ्टर दिस आल्सो if I'll increase the reverse bias voltage, then at this point it will break the entire structure. ये पूरा स्ट्रक्चर वो क्या करेगा, ब्रेक करेगा and it will normally act as a conductor. Okay, and that's why you can see there is a high amount of current will start now flowing in the circuit. because at this point of time the structure will get destroyed. आपका वो particular diode खराब हो जाता है. Okay, so yeah, so this is a dynamic resistance, this is a static resistance, this is a dynamic resistance. Advantage and disadvantage, I guess this will not. Okay, let's go through one by one. Electronic properties of semiconductor can be controlled to suit our requirement. They are smaller in size, light in weight, they are operate with very smaller voltage, and requires very less current, therefore constitute very small amount of power. Almost on heating effect occur, therefore the devices are thermally stable. Almost no heating effect occur. Then faster speed of operation due to smaller size. Fabrication of ICs is possible. Then disadvantage क्या है? They are sensitive to electrostatic charges. Not very useful for controlling high power. They are sensitive to radiation. They are sensitive to fluctuation in temperature. They need controlled condition for their manufacturing, and very few materials are semiconductors. So disadvantages. Now there are some applications are also available for the semiconductor for the PN junction diode. So first is a solar cell is one of the major application of my semiconductor. Converts light energy into electrical energy, useful for production of electricity in remote areas. Also for providing electricity for satellite and space probe and space station. Photoresistor can changes its resistance when light is incidenting on it. Okay, so photoresistor is nothing but one of the best, I guess, say, which used for a electrical alarm. Bipolar junction transistor, which we called as a transistor as well. Okay, so this transistor having two types, NPN or PNP. We will see in the I can say in the 12th the major application of it. They are useful almost for all semiconductor device. Okay, this particular NPN and PNP transistor. Photodiode conducts when illuminated with light. Okay, this is again a photodiode. Then LED, light emitting diode. This emits light when current passes through it. They consume very less power, are smaller in size, and have longer life and very cost effective. So LEDs are one of the best. Then integrated circuit, which is ICs, a smaller device having hundreds of diodes and transistor performs the work for a large number of electronic circuits. So ICs are nothing but a smaller integrated circuit which are made up of the semiconductors. Okay, and because of this ICs only today you are holding a mobile which is having a very smaller in size. Okay, as well as you can see in earlier cases, the television set used to be a CRT. Okay, cathode ray oscilloscope. Usually it is based on that they used to work it. Okay, but now it is a flat one. Why? Because this ICs are came into the picture, the semiconductor devices, and because of that, it is very useful to develop the devices with a very small size and which is handy, which is useful. Okay, yeah, thank you.